Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. A lot of things it's happening in this YouTube street. From the IAM-MARWA party that was done, now a lot of explosive is being thrown from one point to the other. From the lazy gang, they've now come to a point of now talking about the party and asking some questions so pertinent to them. That why was the party that was never been, that now IAM-MARWA is suffering solitudeness, he's got no friends, and that's why he decided to cover up with children. Others are saying IAM-MARWA invited the police. Therefore, the question that now forming the larger part of discussion within the lazy gang, who are these police? Why IAM-MARWA decided to throw in a party with the police but cover up with the children? It's like a kind of lazy gang wanted to get to know to the gist of this party what really happened. You remember, I told you IAM-MARWA outwitted and outsmarted the lazy gang, because the lazy gang have got the agents in the name of other YouTubers whom they will sponsor and send to IAM-MARWA's place to spy. So these are the information that IAM-MARWA has cut the link. Now they're very busy thinking, they're very busy, wanted to get to know who were these policemen who were invited. Because there is a lot that they don't know. There is a lot that they don't know who sponsored the party. Right now they're saying Gitiriba. The others today they're saying, oh, the real party is coming on Sunday, because IAM-MARWA spoke of it. Because there was a blackout of what the party was. Because the film itself was guided. And right now, I like and I love the new MARWA. What IAM-MARWA has turned to be, because there is no such kind of explicit filming, but a filming that you only show what you want the audience to see. More so at the villa, because the parties that have already forgone, these are the parties that every other kind of random YouTuber, however much you are trying to control people not to film, you'll find somebody filming the clay bath, you'll find somebody filming any other kind of unwanted thing in this YouTube screen. And those are the things that really brought up the drama in this YouTube street. Now, IAM-MARWA has put them a stop. So guys, in our deliberation today, we want to get to know whether IAM-MARWA invited the police or not. And what is the jitters of the lazy gang? Was there any problem if IAM-MARWA invited the police? On the other side, we also want to look at this Gintu, who is in a quagmire, who is gambling between the father's land and Congress dad. And the only thing we got to know, what is Gintu's problem? And we want to know if really Gintu can really stop Congress dad of harvesting the cane plantation itself. So if you're coming across this YouTube channel for the very first time and this video, kindly click at the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, YouTube channel notify instantly. To my loyal subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So guys, let's dive straight away lest you forget. There are things particularly lazy gang are asking and started throwing missiles left and right, thinking that they will vanquish IAM-MARWA, because the new IAM-MARWA order itself have outmastered them or outwitted them. They can do anything and they can't do nothing. Simply means they are agendaless, they are rudderless, because the content itself is not contacted. Gone are those days when parties were being thrown, that every YouTubers were welcomed and everything could be thrown on this YouTube street. That one already itself has been muted. And as a matter of fact, Nairobi teacher was so happy about that. But you come to JT is never happy, because JT is saying, no, IAM-MARWA is lonely. This party was not party. And Rochelle is mad because IAM-MARWA is left alone. There are no YouTubers. My friend, don't fall for that. Don't fall for that trap, because it is a trap they want to set for IAM-MARWA. Now, what they want to preach in this YouTube street is how IAM-MARWA is lonely. How Rochelle is coming in between IAM-MARWA to separate IAM-MARWA with the friends. Because they're now saying these are the rules that Rochelle has come with. Why not? If Rocio has come with it, Rocio is part of IAM-MARWA. So it's IAM-MARWA's policy that must be implemented fully. Because you cannot be any other kind of a random person who wants to bust into IAM-MARWA's image and IAM-MARWA's compound, assault it, and do anything that you want. Such home is sanctified as we speak going now. Because I know Rocio is a high-spirited lady and a woman who will never let you know. Rocio herself can even scan an enemy who has got bad intention, or any person who has got bad intention, or a YouTuber who has got bad intention, even before he speaks to you. Just by a matter of fact, she looks at you, she shall have noticed something that is wrong. And that's why majority of people don't like Rocio. Because Rocio will ever tell you what is it. And this is the lazy gang. This is why the lazy gang have been hell-bent of painting Rocio, calling Rocio names that are not well befitting. Because Rocio detected, Rocio told IAM-MARWA, such and such is not well. You better let these people go. But getting into the point, IAM-MARWA held a party. And the party that IAM-MARWA held, it was because IAM-MARWA wanted to bond with the family. And also aside, when you go and watch Mayugno told us the party that was being held is the party that was organized by Gitiriba. Because Gitiriba had promised Rocio that the moment Rocio will come back, he will prepare a goat party and a goat soup for them. And that's why Gitiriba brought the brother who knew how to prepare the goat soup. They were present. So it was courtesy of Gitiriba. And that's why IAM-MARWA also decided to welcome the mother, to welcome the people who were so a close associate that he thought it could be. So the Gitiriba. And that's why Mayugno also did a video telling us, thank you Gitiriba for having welcoming me to enjoy with the larger majority. Of which we get to know IAM-MARWA's party. It's coming either one of these Sundays. We're just waiting to go and see who will be invited, who will be allowed, or we who want to be allowed. So this is why I want to put things into perspective. And this is now the lazy gang are reacting because they wanted to know. So I want to let the cat out. Go and look Mayugno's video and Gitiriba's video. You'll get to know who sponsored the party. IAM-MARWA's party is coming one of the Sundays, and you saw IAM-MARWA telling the children and people, my party will be on a Sunday. Because they were asking why IAM-MARWA didn't invited Congress dad. Why IAM-MARWA didn't welcome the Mwango, David Union? No, the party wasn't IAM-MARWA's. The party was organized by Gitiriba. And Gitiriba had the number of people that he wanted to appear in that kind of a party. Perhaps there is only one point. I just want to tell you the vexations why the lazy gang are now vexing. Most of the JT, when he was saying, there is only one point he wanted to talk about, because he's referring to a video that IAM-MARWA was featured from the vlog telling us whom he had invited. So the only thing that I want to do is we want to see what really was it like, the people whom IAM-MARWA had invited going forward.
That's the thing. So actually this is the main topic that I wanted to cover today. So when I listened to that part, the sense of telling Rocio, I didn't know that people will turn up like this. I mean, all these children and get crashers here. I didn't know they will turn up like this because I never invited nobody. I only invited my mama, that is con mom, and some police officers who are taking care of our friends around here. And for them, actually, it's a special thing because it was an appointment. Okay, it was an appointment. So I don't know how exactly you make an appointment with police officers to come have soup in your home to discuss about what exactly, because I know that according to him, these police officers are taking care of their friends. That would mean they've been working for them and their friends for what he best know, covering up, commanding arrests like this reckless arrest. Hey, we want this boy called Mogesi to be in police custody by tomorrow. And there you see, hey, we need this boy called Masubo to be arrested, his phone taken away, and don't give him back to him. That's an order given by the censor. For people who actually got that clip that I posted, I don't know, I guess Pebbles Muzungu, do you have that clip that I posted previously when police officer came to that party? When they came to that party, they came with a van, the car, and after that, censor came out, talked to them, and they vanished. So I guess they're the same police. Only that he didn't put them on camera. I guess they're the same police officers. Now, he made an appointment with them to come and have soup and discuss about the procedures of getting these boys, maybe villagers. We are about to see some, I don't know how to even describe this. Anybody who have problem with censor right now, you should should prepare for an ambush. You'll be sleeping in your house with your wife, and you hear your door is being knocked, and the police are on your way, and you've been taken. No court appearance actually. Oh yeah, I now get it. We've been collecting legal fees. We've been collecting legal fees, and now it's time to sit down with these people and talk to them.
So that is JT Podcast. JT Podcast is complaining why Amarwa had decided to invite police to the party. First of all, it is not wrong because the police are also human beings. The police also has got social life. They need to go off duty, even during duty. They can attend ceremonies. They can be there to provide security. They can be there for what we call, they can do what we call the surveillance. They can come and do recognizers. Recognizing is like how to detect and deter threat. That is all. Others also can decide to go even in a club, drinking there, but they are doing recognizers. Others are doing surveillance. So it's part of their duty and part of their work. So, because in connection that I was telling you, this is the party that was organized by Gitiriba. Calling an officer to have a soup, it's not a problem because they are staying with you within the village. Remember, IAM-MARWA is organizing a party that will come neither this week, Sunday, or next week, Sunday, or any other Sundays that is coming. Perhaps it was the point where Amarwa decided to welcome them and give them appointment. Now, this is a branch of the party that is coming, and we are organizing a party, and we need your support as far as security is concerned. So the lazy gang could not think so. The lazy gang, anytime when they see police, they are shadow chasing them because they know their guilt. They know they are guilty because there's a fear of guilt. There is some heinous action and crimes that they've done that really haunting them. Just by a mere share of seeing a police, they started speculating. Why? What wrong did I do? That's why you see JT Podcast is counting the notorious people in the village who is well known of going against the ethical codes. That's why sometimes the arms of the law really gets them. So it is normal. There's nothing that you can take against the police. Police can appear anywhere, so long as it's something that it's well known. It's something. If it is appointment itself, it is known, which means the officer commanding station, we call them the staple, had known about they are going there, which means they were given appointments. So which appointment itself, it was an unofficial appointment. So they had to go and scan. If Amarwa will be having party on Sunday or in the near future, they know how to deal with it. So I don't want to delve into the point. The question that I needed to ask, why are the lazy gang panicking now? Why are they panicking? As you see, JT is saying the party, not just a party, because IAM-MARWA invited the police. And perhaps this is the clip that they were referring to, because IAM-MARWA said it in his blog clip. Perhaps let's watch this clip.
Village party people just show up. You'll think like you are alone.
I never know who
So they are like.
I swear I didn't invite anybody. I invited only my mom and some police officers who are, they take care of, they are our friends. And for them actually, it was an appointment. But being Sunday, the word spreads far and beyond. Kuna misosi. Misosi is food. So I'm preparing this.
And sending shivers down their spines because they could not believe. They could not believe. So it's just something not out of law, because police officers also could attend all these kinds of social gathering, because the people whom they protect belongs to that that village. So upon request and appointment given, which was so official, so they had to go in. It doesn't matter. So whether you give an uproar, even JT, even you now, you can just organize any forum and call police. They will come and protect you. What's the problem if the police will come and protect IAM-MARWA and the friends who are in the compound? There's nothing wrong, because the security is a fundamental kind of right that can never be taken away from you. That one is enshrined in our constitution itself. So unless you're panicking because there is something that you've done, if you're panicking because of your heinous action that you involve yourself and you're fearing that IAM-MARWA wants to take a legal action, IAM-MARWA doesn't need to call police so that it takes a legal action. The legal action itself, you'll be served and you'll go, just as at now, you are served and you never believed it. You're attending the court session involving between you and Mr. Sasel's wife. And that's a matter of fact. So you must just get to know that all these things are fine. And the same thing on trending, not on trending, Carol also was talking about. Started throwing and asking why are the police at IAM-MARWA place? Are they being bribed? If you have a legal proceeding that you want to institute against the police, you go. You'll be meted with the law. You'll be meted with the reality that they are allowed to attend and go anywhere, because they are serving the humanity. You know? So there is nothing bad. We've seen Gintu in it, who is a gambler, and Gintu is gambling in between the father, the brother, and the land. And the land, as you speak, belongs to the father. And anything that belongs to the father that doesn't have your name, you as a child, you're out, because that is your father's property. It's not yours. So if there was at all any leasing that Congress dad was leased the land, the issue was in between the Congress dad and Gintu's dad, not Gintu himself. So if Gintu is coming in between the agreement that was never exposed to him, therefore Gintu is an intruder. Gintu is just merely causing a disturbance. So Gintu is a saboteur that wanted to sabotage an economic activity that their family, as in fact their dad, as a sole proprietor of that kind of a land, not them. An extension of that property doesn't go to Gintu, because we have the leasing agreement. The leasing agreement was not between Gintu and Congress dad. So Gintu vexations or Gintu rants is null and void in law. It's null and void in law. So what Gintu is doing, Gintu is looking for content, because until IAM-MARWA came, there's no focus. Even the views from Gintu has reduced. People are focusing at IAM-MARWA. So Gintu will want to cause drama. That's why he had to visit the fish pond close to IAM-MARWA's compound. That's why he had to go and create drama with Congress dad, because he knows IAM-MARWA is in between. People will come for that drama going forward. So that is a matter of fact that Gintu is pulling a drama to create attention. Perhaps
sugarcane plantation, guys. I told you this kind of a zone, it belongs to my asset of my father, and I'm just the person who is just making sure that I'm taking over the game, and to this kind of the fantastic card-bramistic way of making sure that things will be coming to you live, which is one-on-one. Here we go, guys. This kind of a farm here, it's gonna be a very large farm, you including much of the trees here. It's a very big forest that's just included here, and a small house that was constructed via no one one's intention, no one's acknowledgement with the contacts area, and I don't know who gave them the accusation. I'll talk about this kind of acknowledgement for them to come out with such kind of a structure and to this kind of an area. Sometimes I tell much of the people things gonna be coming slowly. Right today they have called me because I told you that this kind of the sugarcane, this time now they leased from my father's land, and right now my father is a little bit aged and they have been squamarizing and hindering his own emotions here and there. So as long as today I've just reached this kind of the brim point to make sure that we are catastrophizing all of the issues, to make sure that everything is settled correctly, because the first round they paid for a leasing area, this is the second round of the sugarcane area, so to develop here, because they cut the first time, this is the second time, and to make sure that it's 15 to 18 months for it to be harvested, and they had to pay for the second time. Imagine they have never paid up to date and they are about to harvest. So I've just come here because I told them that you're going to be looking for me, because everything I always do, making sure that I'm going to be showing them.
Telling, after it was released, you see the first time when police started looking for Gintu, and Gintu, a felon Gintu decided to commit felony by beating the police, that's a matter of fact. So when Gintu decided, now, when Gintu came after an escape, Gintu decided to say that Congress dad is no longer going to harvest that cane and is going to burn it out. I dared Gintu to go and man it. And at now, I'm still seeing that kind of sugarcane plantation is over there. Gintu has never lived his promises. Simply means Gintu is a toothless dog. It can do nothing. All those letters telling you that it's written letters to those who and who. It's nothing. If somebody has written letters, why can't you just wait for the summons? Why are you now creating drama? Why are you now creating drama? Why are you now creating drama? So the only thing I needed to tell you, there's nothing that you're saying. The harvest of those canes will be done in a full glare in your eyes, and you'll do nothing. You'll never prevent Congress dad to harvest because he has got right. If you want money to be paid on your hands, Congress dad never had any agreement with you. Go ask your dad your money. The money is not between you, so it's not within your mandate to ask Congress dad the money for the land, because it is your father's land, sort of property. Your name was not within the leasing agreement, so you are out of it completely. It never stopped from there. Gintu went on with a rant and started telling people they have got a lot of land. Oh, the Amara's family wanted to talk with the dad to buy the land. All of it, because a lot of it that Gintu is saying.
So they talked about, let us lease, or they think about whenever they're going to be leasing now, it's going to be so, now you can just take it. Nobody is interested with such kind of a thing. Nobody interested with that kind of the money. Right today, they have just called me so they can just solidarize, because I told them, if you cannot pay much of the money we are just accepting for you to have this kind of the second time sugarcane here, you will never harvest them. And I'm just stick to the point because even the letters have already been written. There's no harvesting of this sugar. Let it stay here for the whole time, because they're thinking about everything is osmously. They think about, they're going to be doing this, they're going to be doing that one, because they have never paid the one to harvest sugar. It's about to be harvested, and we are just there to stick onto this kind of the position. And everything is coming to the point. So today I'm just here and waiting for 2-3 talks, because I always say about sometimes don't think a person is smaller. You will never know the impact of that kind of a person at the age, or don't talk about the age is small, but sometimes you will need that kind of a person, whatever the age he is or she is, sometimes you will need their attention. So today I'm just here to make sure that we are solidarizing so they can pay for this kind of the sugar, so they can just harvest it, because they are a little bit getting to the maturity for them to be harvested, and they always do something called brown sugar here. And it's sometimes it's illegally whenever they just formulate such kind of the brown sugar. But somehow you understand how the Nyabohanse is. You can just talk about some case, and everything gonna be just continuing from this kind of the position. So this kind of an zone, it has been getting too much of the people, and they are just getting me that, oh, I'm the one who is blocking much of the plots not to be sold, because even my father looked for it. Even whenever my father was buying much of the plots, he told me that again, to make sure that whenever you get some a little bit money, let us get them to where it's so sufficient. I have another area, talk about another plot at talk about Master KG's, and it's one of the fantastic plots that are entitled to look at the compound, and talk about Master KG ever evolved and talked about, oh, Gintu, can I talk to your father? Can I talk to you so they can just sell me this kind of the land I create, or I've constructed a A-shaped Airbnb, and people will just look at my compound, because that kind of a plot, either you whether you put which kind of a perimeter wall, whether you put it how long, because it's on the upper side, so everybody will just look until your interior compound. So it's a plot that is measuring inside the Master KG's compound. So they're just talking about, oh, Gintu, why can't you sell? That is the main point that you saw Gintu.
Gintu needs to tell you that they are also having a piece of land. You know, all these pieces of land that Gintu is saying is not his. It's the father's. It's the father's. The ownership is the father's. Now, you want to claim until it becomes on your name, therefore. Because even right now, your father can decide never to even give you nothing. Never to give you nothing at all. He can decide to give those kind of lands to the sisters or anybody's, or he can decide to dispose them off. And he leaves you bare dry because it is not your property. The only place that you would come and start gaining the property of the ownership is whether the father given you the land or your father is gone or is deceased. Therefore, you have to claim, because you might be an heir apparent under the lineage. So you have got that kind of right after your father has already pronounced dead. But as of now, Gintu is acting as somebody who is even capable of deleting the dad. The way is the behavior so erotic, because it's much of property gambling oriented. That sometimes, you know, you keep quiet and you listen quietly what this message that Gintu is sending outside here, then it gives you that this guy is even capable of deleting the dad so that the property remains to him. So such kind of behavior is not warranted for. So what Gintu is doing is just about the mere fact that Gintu perhaps wants to sell the land to people. Gintu is telling you that they have got land that they want to dispose, a land for about 50,000 USD. But if you juxtapose that one, what IAM-MARWA was telling people that in Nyabohanse, there are all lands that are selling, or the people want to, if you want to come and buy land, there's a land costing 10,000 USD. But what did the on-trending, what did the Black Demon, what did the Lazy Gang and AM Carol, they decided to descend on IAM-MARWA that in that rural village home area, there's no land that can even exceed 2,000 USD. Now Gintu is taking his top higher notch at 50,000 USD. So this is what Gintu is saying. Gintu perhaps telling people indirectly that you have land, I want to finish my house, I got no money. So if you want land, you have got land here. If you can come with 30,000 or 40,000 USD, I can sell you this piece of land so that we end up the leasehold tenor for Congress dad. That is the thing that Gintu is doing. But it is a dangerous gambling and dangerous, is trading on dangerous fatal ground, because the law might catch up with him. If he decided to block the harvesting never to take place, you'll be in for it. You decided to ban the plantation itself, you'll be committing a crime that you don't know how you will come out of it. But it's a dangerous crime in itself. So I don't know whoever is advising Gintu or whoever is sending Gintu to go and do this kind of silly kind of action. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, this is Senior.